One of the featured programs in the library series for teens, A Beginner's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse Survival, has been a talk by local author Mike Mullin. His book, Ashfall, is widely acclaimed, and it portrays how a young person survives an epic disaster. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Oh, absolutely, my pleasure.
And it's great to have you part of the library series, which has been very popular for teens. What's your take on this cultural theme of zombie apocalypse survival?
Of zombie apocalypse, well, I think the trend toward apocalyptic and dystopian literature in general is kind of a reflection of some of the concern teens have about the future in general, right? We play out our fears through literature. We read what scares us and have an opportunity to experience that vicariously through books. And I think that's why dystopian and apocalyptic literature is so popular right now. It's because teenagers, at least the ones I talk to, do have a deep-seated concern about the future they're inheriting from us, right?
Again, your program has been very popular throughout the fall, and it continues. Yeah. Give us an overview of Ashfall and how it relates to teen readers.
Oh, Ashfall is about a teenager struggling to survive and find his family after the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts and plunges the world into this horrible natural disaster, the worst natural disaster in recorded human history. And so at my programs, I basically talk a little bit about actually Taekwondo, because when I started writing Ashfall, I realized that my protagonist would have to be someone very special to be able to survive. But one of the reasons my book appeals to readers is that I'm trying to make it intensely realistic. There's no magic, there's no fantasy, it's just what really could happen, what really would happen when the Yellowstone supervolcano erupts again. And so I knew my protagonist had to be somebody special to be able to survive, and I decided to make him a martial artist, because there are teenagers who are great martial artists. And then I learned Taekwondo in order to write my book. And so Taekwondo is a big part of the presentation I do, and then I talk a little bit about writing, and then I talk a little bit about volcanoes and the Yellowstone supervolcano. So it's kind of an odd mix of things, but it works really nicely.
Now you have a sequel entitled Ashen Winter. Does that actually pick up where Ashfall left off?
Yeah, it picks up 6 months later. And so Ashen Winter is Alex and Darla, the two main characters from the first book, are in northwest Illinois. And it's 6 months later, it's June, and it's still below freezing every day. And there's still 4 feet of snow on the ground in June in Illinois. And so everybody's starving, and Alex and Darla are trying to survive this long volcanic winter that really would follow a supervolcano eruption. Supervolcanoes pump all this ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, and that gets carried all the way around the world, blocks the sun from reaching the earth, and you have a volcanic winter. Just like the nuclear winter you probably heard about as a kid, but with way less radiation.
Right. Yeah. Well, these books are available in the library's collection. We encourage you to check out Mike Mullin's works, Ashfall and Ashen Winter. Thanks. I know from working around your schedule for you to appear with us here, you've been very busy on book tour, talking to schools and students. What's that experience been like? Oh,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of tiring, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy meeting my readers. Since Ashfall came out last year, I've done more than 280 presentations.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a very, very busy year and a month.
What's next for you?
What's next? Well, I'm driving to Cleveland today, and I'm appearing at Talmadge Junior High tomorrow, and then at the Learned Owl Bookshop tomorrow at 7. So
good.
Which will be long in the past when this airs, but that's okay.
Will you continue with the theme of survival?
Oh yeah. I sold my third book to Tanglewood Press back in March. It's one of the great things about being an author, right? You can get paid for work you haven't done yet. It'd be like if they paid you for next year, now. And so I've been working on writing it since it sold in March, and it's tentatively titled Sunrise, and will probably be a spring 2014 book. Yeah.
Well, if people want to learn more about you and your background as an author and what you plan to do more in the future, you have a website. Tell us about that.
It's MikeMullinAuthor.com. Real simple. And I've just got lots of information about my books, reviews. There's a fact section with information about surviving the apocalypse, about the Yellowstone supervolcano, lots of info for young writers. If you want to become an author, what you should do, what kind of scams you should watch out for, that sort of thing. And also I put my email right on the website. So if if anyone out there visits it and doesn't see whatever question they have answered, feel free to email me.
Well, thanks for joining us, Mike, and best of luck in your writing career. And we encourage you to check out Mike's works from the library's collection at ndpl.org, and also check Mike out during the popular series, A Teen Guide to Surviving the Apocalypse, at the Indianapolis Public Library.
Thanks so much for having me, John.